Hello. Let's see. Has this gone live? Go live. Okay, that says live 4 seconds ago. Let me know if you can hear me and if the music's too loud or anything. Just move OBS over there. Okay, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Actually, I'm just going to retweet my tweet just to see if we can get some more people along. Anyway, yeah, thank you for joining me. If you haven't seen it yet, what I'm planning to do is update the game shop stop that we did for one of my recent videos. By the end of it, there was a few just little issues that were a bit of a problem. For example, you could get stuck very easily by the beans. So let's go over to scenes main. Is the music too loud at all, by the way? Oh, we're already in main scene. So yeah, you can see that as we go along, it was very easy to just get captured by the beans and they just kind of surround you. I think that's my first thing I'm going to try and do. Let's make it so I can escape. See, like now I'm pressing forward, it's just not happening. Hello, hi Ken, hi Jason, hi Christopher. So yeah, it was stuck instantly. So I think one of the easiest things to do maybe for that is to change the mass of the bean tin. It's currently 0.45. So we change that to 5 and then maybe up the mass of the player. Let's just see what happens. Will this be enough? See, they get knocked quite a bit more now. Well, I should probably put... I've just upgraded to Windows 11, and I don't know how to turn off my notifications anymore. Oh well, I'm sure it's fine. I mean, even that isn't enough. Maybe we need a bit more, just like an initial velocity for the player as well. Ragdoll character. Shopping cart. So this was the player. Skid source. The RAM cooldown, the blast cooldown. Max speed, move speed. I can't remember how I actually set all this up. So what is move speed should be the acceleration, I think. Let's take a look. Move speed. Add force in the direction we're trying to move by the move speed, but then we are capping the towards the end. Is it late update? I think I clamped the physics. See, I really like Rider, but it opens up so slowly. It does a lot of processing before it'll actually like show you what you're trying to do. There we go. Max speed. Where's that actually used? Okay, it's at the end of move. So that's clamping us. So yeah, I think if I up the move speed, that should be the acceleration. So let's just try it. Something crazy like 1,000. And then possibly up the mass of the rigid body as well, just to shunt the enemies out of the way. Oh god. Well, that's just ridiculously hard to control now. We're only getting 40 frames a second. Oh, see, when the way I originally coded it was that you could ram the beans, and if you're going fast enough, you'd delete them. So that's still that seems to still be the case. See, now I can escape if I'm trapped here and say I'm surrounded. Just let that surround us. So we're all at a complete standstill. Can I get out? Come on. See, one more. Yeah, there we go. See, I escaped, so maybe that is a good thing. Still going a bit too fast. Let's try moving the beans. Let's make them a bit lighter as well. Prefab bean. I don't want them too light though, because they'll just go flying, but worth trying. The beans can move a lot faster now. So let's just see what happens there. Okay, so I can escape that now. Kind of. I get a bit of Okay, so it is possible to escape it now. Maybe as well, if I tone down the move speed of the enemies, and then what happened to the music? And then we've got our enemy mask. I had a variable that killed the enemies if we hit them, if I ran into them a lot. If the velocity of the beans is too low, divide their mass by 10 or something. Yeah, that could work. If they're all within a certain distance of the player, because they know where the player is, they get a reference to the player. Hey Saul, welcome. Trying to fix the madness that we made. Although I need to something else that I remember you said this was cost 0. I think I might have it at 50. I mean, 'cause you get 100 as the minimum, don't you? And then maybe put the RAM at 200? Prefab enemy. It's got invulnerable time, knockback, force. Can't remember where the hit. If health minus equals velocity dot magnitude. I seem to remember. Yeah, maybe I'll have it so if the so we've got the start chasing and then the stop chase. Wait, did they ever stop chasing? Car in safe zone. Oh yeah, that's the new. So someone added that. Move towards the player car if should chase. Dirt car. I'm thinking should chase as well. If they stop trying to push towards the player at... Have like a bit of a buffer zone around them. Around the player so they don't actually get all up in your business. But then that's kind of the point, isn't it? I don't want to make it too easy to escape them. But I want it to slow you down, but give you a chance to get out. And I think currently that is how that is. Overlap sphere to around me, counter beams not attract. Yeah, it's true. I just want to see currently now. Now I've done those tweaks. If I get surrounded, do I now have enough? Enough velocity. If not, I think your first idea of making it dynamic. See, it's this bit. If I could, I just need to be able to push through them and then pick up enough speed. Oh, see that? So I can get out, but it's the force of, you know, I'm just holding W, nothing's happening, and then suddenly I go. So I'm, you know, you can definitely get through them now. I'm not getting completely surrounded like I first was. Hi, Mehmet. Thanks for joining. Yeah, it's a lot more mad now. So let's try putting the mass back up on the beans. Maybe reduce the move speed to let them to give the player more chance to get away. Knockback force was to do with the velocity. Maybe reduce the invulnerable time as well. and then make it slightly easier to kill them. And then I know Saul changed the for the spawn enemy manager. So max number of enemies 100, current number 0. I mean 100 should be fine. I think that'd be okay. Okay, we're in a bit of a better position. I don't want to spend ages on that one. I think what I will do is try to do what Jason said and have it so the mass changes depending on maybe how close they are to the player. But for now, I'm kind of happy with that. There was another bug that I knew of where Saul's score manager, Saul's beam blast ability, you can only use it once, I think it was. Let me put that back to 0 just so I can check that. Scriptables, abilities, blast. So if I put this back to 0. Oh, this is so hard to control. Especially, oh, now I've made it faster. Okay, so it's space to use the beam blast, wasn't it? When does it come back? Okay. Yeah, see, I'm pressing space and it's not actually happening now. So I don't actually know. Oh, particle system has been destroyed, but you're just still trying to access it. Is that why? Shopping cart. Do blast radius. Handle blast. Shopping cart 233. Play. So at some point we are destroying the particles. Where are the particles always there? Blast particles. Are they assigned in the inspector or are they spawned dynamically? Blast. Okay, so they should always be there. Oh, particle system. Is it set to on destroy? Stop action. Just want to disable it, right? Or none? Okay, I need to change the I think I need to decrease the max speed. There we go, that seems to have sorted it. And will it actually do the blast? Oh, it completely killed them. I thought it just knocked them back. I think killing them is quite a good idea though. So that seems to have solved that issue. Oh, abilities, blast. So let's put that back to 100. Right, so these have got icons as well. What were the icons for? Saul here, not sure what's wrong with the above and don't know a better way, sorry. I think the issue is that we're using the new input system, we should be making an action asset instead of using a key code. Ah, did Sam sort that? I mean, it seems to be working when I press the button. There are 2 particle systems on the blast. And that seemed to be working. And I'm killing it, just does damage 20 beans in the radius. Ah, okay. And I've just reduced their health anyway. Blast explosion. There we go. Thank you for fixing my mistakes. You're welcome. Okay, so we've got the oh wait, so let's get the shopping cart. Let's decrease the max speed. Maybe 15. Let's try this in play mode. Oh. Wait, is this where I find out max speed's not actually doing anything? I can't seem to get a good run now because of all the beans. That's fine. The dude isn't having a good time, but I am. So I'll set that to 5. I'm going to reduce the move speed. Rotation speed, that was for the donuts, wasn't it? So that's a bit too skiddy. I can't remember what that was at now. I think that... I also think doing donuts like this is quite funny to push the beans back. So I'm probably gonna implement that. Actually, that's quite a good tech. Ah, yeah, if that... I think because it'd be like the... Ah, see, this is pro gamer skills. Hi, Kamui? I hope I said that right. Okay. So I need to get... I think this one's going to be quite easily solved by... When we start spinning, turning on a collider kind of behind the trolley. At ground level that pushes all of the beans out of the way. That should be easy to implement. Spin collider. So box collider. Oh, not that big. What am I doing? Which is weird because beans normally what gives me the runs. I know, they never stop stuff there. They just make you gets you nice and clean. So that should... Gotta go, have a good rest of the stream. Be sure to tell us what changes you could done. Thanks for stopping by, Saul. I'll make sure to push... Oh, I'll be putting it on itch, so you better give it a go and see if you think I've broken it further or if it's any better. Alright, so let's jump back to the shopping cart. So serialize field private game. Can I do box collider and then spin collider? Oh. Wait, spin collider dot. Yeah, so I can just enable the collider, and I only want it to collide with enemies as well. So I give the collider the spin layer and then project send. Physics, and then the spin can only collide with enemies. So then move. The problem with the dude when entering the green area is because you forgot to ignore collision of the dude and the green wall, like you did for the shopping cart. I'm not sure what you mean. I thought the green wall is there as a safe zone for the guy and he can get through it. Spin collider dot enabled equal to true. If spin collider let's put this below, and then so if the collider is not enabled and the rigid body dot angular velocity is greater than spin speed. Spin speed. Well, spin threshold kind of, isn't it? But else if spin collider dot enabled and rb dot angular velocity dot magnitude is less than or equal to spin speed, spin collider dot enabled equals false. Okay, and will that work? Let's debug.log rb.angular-velocity.magnitude, just so I can see exactly what that is, so I know what to set the sort of spin variable to. And let's make sure we don't lose our collider. We don't forget to link our collider. I'm just going to turn off. No, I'll leave the enemies on. Oh, what's going on here? Oh. Well, that's... I've done something there, haven't I? Hmm. What have I done there? Why is the camera now being weird? I've broken it. What have I done? Why was the camera being strange then? Cart transform. Yeah, I guess that's the problem when you're working, you know, you've not got a coding kind of style, like an in-house coding style. Yeah, it is a bit of a mess. Oh, well, how have I broke the camera? So it seems to be when I'm not moving. No, but it's doing it. Okay, it's something to do with this collider being active for some reason. Can I make that part of the cart? Is it because it's doing the with the rigid bodies, they compound the colliders, don't they? So is that why? Could I put the box collider? I want it on that layer. Why is the camera being so strange? With that enabled. Because it doesn't do it. And that's enabled. Anyone got any ideas? So I've got this on a different layer. Box collider. And when that's on, camera starts being strange. I didn't implement this camera controller. Transposer, speed. So it was looking specifically at the car. Ah, is it? Make sure colliders are avoided. Impulse listener. I don't. See, I don't think there is collision on it. Unless it's being turned on in code. Follow offset, smooth damp. Point. So target zoom. Okay, so that's just controlling the zoom. If I turn off the script, it's almost like... Okay, well, so it's looking at... So it starts to look at somewhere really random. But I needed it to be on the spin layer. Let's just see if that sorts it. Okay, well now it's not working at all. I can't even move. Or raycast. Put that on the player layer. Spin. Where is oh, my layout's gone. I don't have it saved to a file. Pivot center. So it's not a pivot issue. Oh, main camera. It's going to do this. The machine brain. Show debug text. No. So follow and look at cart. Says this is in a machine camera. Okay, so that seems to be pointing directly at the center of the cart. So then if I turn back on the spin collider. Okay, maybe I just need to find another way to do the spin collider thing. Maybe when I start spinning, just push everything away from me in... I suppose I could do what the current, this... overlapped enemies. I know, because that's in the box. If I just do an overlap spear from my position. So... And then I'll just use the hit function. So I don't want to spend ages on that. What's going on here? Spin enemy enemies is equal to physics dot overlap sphere. I want this to work though, because I want it to be able to push around like it's the actual player doing it. Could I just add the collider to the player instead? Would that work? Ragdoll character. Because they do have a collider on them, because that was working earlier. Let me just revert. I don't need any of that. I maybe just change the thickness of the characters' colliders. So basically, when he is up... No, it's not. Would that work? I don't think this is gonna do what I wanted it to do. Let's bugger that off. Get rid of that. So let's come at me, beans. So that is knocking them out of the way. Or maybe get the shopping cart. And let's just extend that box collider to kind of cover the area that the player is in. Because that'd actually give a bit more breathing room to the player anyway. Oh, but now, why can't I spin round now? I suppose because the ragdoll character can interact with... Oh, no, it shouldn't interact with the player. This project is it's making me crazy, man. Player, shopping cart. So that's set to player. So why would changing... So why can't I spin now? Oh man, this is just a mess. Surely the size of the collider shouldn't matter that much when it's spinning. Is it because it's in that box? Oh, I don't understand why moving the box collider of the shopping cart makes it so you can't spin. I don't understand why having another collider attached means the camera goes weird. Like, nothing makes any sense. And I think as well, because I haven't made the project, I don't know how stuff's set up. It's probably a setting somewhere that someone's put on. I guess that's the good sort of benefit when you're working on a project on your own. You know exactly what's gone on and where everything is. Ooh, my light just died. Was that the right? Was that not the right plug? That wasn't the right plug. It's going to be such a simple thing. Maybe it's not meant to be. One last thing, because I can't do that. Okay, I'm gonna have to leave that. I can't. He said some Elgato lights. This Stream Deck. The problem there was they ran out of power and they weren't plugged in, so I had to plug it in. I was looking at picking up an Elgato. Quite expensive though. I got quite a nice kind of like off-brand one. I'm at a bit of a loss now. I just wanted to be able to spin around and kick tins of beans out of the way. I don't know what it'd be. What's this point? See, one of the problems was that even with that script not enabled, it wasn't doing it, so it's clearly not that. He says kind of confidently. Let's just try this again. Box collider. Instead of moving the transform pivot, instead of actually moving the game object, let's just move it like this. I'll leave it a player. No, it's doing it again. Is it specifically when it's... It just can't cope with another collider. Is it another game object? Oh, it's specifically Cinemachine and the collider. Cinemachine loses look at when adding collider. I think it's Cinemachine. It's not the collider. Oh, it's gonna annoy me. I just want to sort it out. All right, I can't cope. Right, let's just leave that. What else can we do to make the thing? Well, the beans are easier to kill now, so that's good. Right, let's pick up some items. I feel like there's not enough items around the map as well, so maybe we could sort that out. Okay, so I've got some bread. Got myself some water. Another water. We don't need any. Get me some money. See, we have to just spin around. I think I've broken this somehow. Shopping cart. Move speed. That needs to go up. I think that was at 360. Enemy mask enemy. Extents. So what? I'm gonna close and reopen the project as well. Just on the off chance that something weird is going on. I doubt that is the problem, but off and on again never hurt anyone. No OBS. Unity Hub. In the meantime, I know Saul said that the UI, when you finish the game, it's your total score it's your current score that shows, not your total score. So that's a nice easy fix if I could find it. Managers, product manager, game manager, enemy manager, score manager. Should be in the managers folder, really. Score, add score, score to add. On new score, invoke score. Score text is equal to the score. So what UI score? Game over screen. So there's a game over controller. Well, my camera seems to have gone a bit laggy. Was that because I was loading? That was loading. That was weird. Final score text. Instance score. So add score 0. So I guess when we spend, are we just taking away score? I'm assuming that's what's happening. Ability manager. Shopping cart on ability. Use. Scriptable ability. How do we buy? So how does it work when we get an ability? Setup. Environment. Spawned safe zone. Environment. Customer canvas. Customer head. Acquired product text. Why is it selecting it over there? I'm clicking this. Oh, I'm selecting the canvas. Okay, so there's an ability purchase script. So on trigger enter, cart.unlockability. So instance dot add score, and we're just minusing the scriptable cost. Hi Frost. So I want a so this is current score. And then we need a total score. Thanks, Frost. It's having a bit of an issue a second ago, but it seems okay. If score to add is greater than 0, then we could do total score plus equal score to add. So that way we're not going to minus the score from the total score, and then in the score manager. Oh no, we're in the score manager. Game over controller. Scene manager load scene. Final score, and this is now total score. Let's turn the. So let's re-enable this. Problem is, it's so hard to get a score. Let me just turn off the enemies. should have made this full screen. A water bottle. I have water. So if I now buy an ability, so we've got $100, and by the end of this, it should say 200 on the game over screen. Product controller, object reference not set to an instance of an object. Okay, it's interesting. $200. Okay, so that's that. Score done. Product controller, set held product type. On trigger, enter. If interaction is not equal to null. Nice simple check. Which I should say, yeah, that should be fine. Was that the issue? I guess what was the problem there? Was it interaction was null? It must do, yeah, 'cause product type was just a type. It's hard enough without the beans chasing you. So that's why instead of them surrounding you, I think it should be more of a health-based thing. So you're trying to avoid them. Which is something I mentioned in the kind of video we did. Oh, everyone wants... They all want bananas. Well, that's a loaf of bread I've got. I kind of feel like the beans, there shouldn't be as many of them. They should go a bit faster and are a bit lighter so you can blast through them, but they should hurt you, maybe? Yeah, I think another thing with the time, when you pick up an item, I want to add time to the timer. Kind of like a Crazy Taxi style thing. So let's try and sort that out. Where is the time managed? Time remaining. Okay, so customer controller. So that's going to add the score. So we'll do a private. Private static unity action And we say on product delivered. And here say on product delivered dot invoke. And then over on the game manager, is there already an on enable? Doesn't look like it. So we can do on enable customer controller dot on dot product. Did I do private? I meant it has to be public. Public static unity action. So we can say game controller product delivered plus equals add time on disable customer controller dot on product delivered minus equals add time. And then in add time we can say time remaining plus equals, well, let's say 10 seconds. Is time remaining a float? I imagine it is. Oh, private void. I missed that completely. Did that add? I think that I did some time on. Toilet roll. Yeah. Again, I was so focused on trying to deliver it that I missed whether it added time or not. Yeah, okay, that does. That works. Okay, so that's something. I want to spawn more products. Oh, there are. They just weren't there. Okay, there seems to be a lot of Okay, so I don't think it's the amount of spawn points that's a problem. If spawned products dot count, return. So if there's more than like 2 bananas on the field, return. Okay. So what's actually controlling it spawning? With the game controller? So what's that? I don't understand what's controlling the spawning of the products. Is in like where the timer is to spawn them. Okay, so it's the customer controller is spawning the items. So time to complete. Okay, so when the customer asks for a new product, it spawns one of that product in the world, unless there was more than 2 of them, I suppose. So maybe with the customers, the customer manager. That's just an empty script, okay. Customer controller. Where's the customer controller? Product manager. Max of product type. Okay, I'm not 100% sure what that does. Let's have a look. If I hit play now, what happens? Oh, right, okay. So if they're... So they request it to be spawned unless there's already 2 of them on the field, I suppose. Okay, so I think that's fine. So we can get more time on. Let's reduce the amount of enemies. Maybe don't make them spawn as quick. So it's just a bit too hard at the minute. I don't feel like I've achieved a lot, considering most of it was spent trying to figure out what was going on in the project and then messing around with that stupid bug where I can't, for some reason, put a collider on without the Cinemachine camera going weird. See, I think as long as you don't get yourself cornered, like as long as you keep moving, you can't get cornered. And what happens if you do get cornered now? Like where is that? Because I'm gonna have to go in a sec. I just want to know where I've sort of left it. So you can push your way through. Oh, cheers, broken animator. Glad you liked the collab video. Okay, so you can escape that now. That's good, because that means that even with the time limit, you can now get more time for delivering products. And getting surrounded by the beans doesn't mean you just sat there waiting. So it's slightly less frustrating. Let me get a controller. That did go well. I'm sure I set this up with a controller. Okay, it's quite difficult with a controller. I almost feel like the turning of the cart would be good on the right stick. Yeah, I mean, it works. Okay, I think if I come back to this, fixing up the controls would be something that would be good. And I might discuss with some people and try and get a bit of feedback as to what's what the next kind of improvements are going to be and see if we can figure out that bug. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there for now. It's a nice 1.5 hour stream. Thanks for watching. It's 118 playbacks, so very good.